Hello. Okay. Well, okay, I'll just get straight to it because I started a little bit later today than usual. I had to finish some other stuff in the meantime. But hooray! Welcome to the stream, everyone. We're gonna see if we can finish the entire Fate collab by today. I think we should be able to. I don't really know how much like more content there is left, but seems like from what I've seen online, there doesn't really seem to be much left anyways. We've kind of mostly finished farming for Saber at least. Archer's still a work in progress for sure. Quite a lot of missing crit damage, which is a little bit of a problem, but kind of expected. Honestly, since I haven't really been able to get good relics for him yet. And then there's also Saber, who has better rate, I think. Kind of could use more crit rate, but her crit damage not bad, so there's that at least. As for everything else, I don't know if like this is considered like good enough already. But yeah, I ended up going with Inner Sosoto, which is a pretty decent set for a lot of characters that I have. And Wave Strider Captain, which I'm not really sure this is like the best option, but it's probably fine. I keep forgetting what team I run her with though. Let me check what did I put. Okay, Saber, this team. So it's probably okay. I think Sunday's a decent enough companion for her. And then the Trailblazer definitely is okay as well. Adventuring is the easy option, honestly. Then what skill point? He's very skill point positive, so that helps a lot. It's just that sometimes the AI kind of fucks up and then uses his shield when you don't really need it. So that's kind of the frustrating part, but oh well. I mean, Saber also has follow-up. Wait, does she have follow-up attacks? Or was that Archer? Oh, I think joke. That was probably Archer. Well, I did use like adventuring with Archer as well. Silver Wolf and Archer I think are very good combination because of her debuff, and she can guarantee that he'll always get a quantum debuff. Actually, we have this is like so many quantum characters all in one team. So actually, when you think about it, doesn't really matter where I put Archer anyways. There's like 3 of them on the same team. It's just like adventuring who's like kind of the outlier. I will probably have to fix Sparkle at one point. At least she got like the minimum of what she needs, like the effect resistance, thankfully. I was worried they wouldn't reach 30%, but we did end up reaching it, so that's good. Ultimate on an ally? Does this count? I think it counts, right? If I remember correctly, it's a smart equipped for her. Yeah, okay, so this is pretty much her recommended set anyway, so that's fine. This one... Yeah, kind of not the best. Could be higher, but it's okay. We kind of have like an A ranking on this. How about this one? Yes, of course, for Adventurine, who has really good stats. It could be better, but it's all in all for like sustained character, I think it's already considered pretty good. This one's still kind of like not the best either. I don't really know if we need like crit rate and crit damage, so but yeah, I kind of just had to like mix and match a bunch of pieces. This one's just for speed, honestly. This one is just effect hit rate. I just kind of went as much effect hit rate as I could. This one is a really bad piece though. I don't really have like alternatives for this, so I'm kind of going to like do that later on, I guess. This one could definitely be better. The effect hit rate isn't. I don't really know if you need crit rate or crit damage on um. Wait, what's her name? Silver Wolf. Yeah. Yeah. That's how it goes. Okay. Let's see. Her crit ratio is pretty atrocious, but anyways, I think her speed is good, so that should be fine. I don't know. It's not easy building characters in Star Rail. I think they have quite a lot of requirements, honestly. I'm just going to try to not worry about it too much, I think, because I do have quite a lot of time. And then pretty much just I ended up finishing this event so quickly. Which one, like the double drop rate? Oh, it's not here anymore? Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. So yeah, we'll just get straight to it. We're going to finish this and see how it goes. Hopefully the next part is interesting. It's kind of hilarious in the previous stream though. I got like really sleepy at one point because obviously there's like no dialogue for anyone, right? They were like in the silent movie portion, which is still pretty dumb, honestly. Like Hoyo definitely could have done it better. Like why would you invite like such a huge cast of characters and like make the quest supposed to be voiced, fully voiced, and then shove an entire silent movie into the middle of it. So basically giving an excuse like why you don't voice a lot of the characters. Like, I don't know. Not really a smart move, but can't really be helped. That's how it goes sometimes. I just hope a lot of people like are very firm in the survey. It's still kind of hilarious seeing Adventuring interact with Robin, knowing that in the first Penacony mission, he was accused of murdering her, even though he had literally zero motivation. I mean, like, why would he even bother murdering Robin? Like, what would be the goal of the whole thing, right? I mean, that's such a mess. Okay, and then like, yeah, even this, like, there aren't really any like conversations between these guys. It would have been funny. I think someone pointed out it would have been really good if they had invited Welt into this whole event. So another wasted opportunity. Because I think Welt would have been the only character to actually recognize these guys because he is from Earth, and then like King Arthur, for example, or like those characters are generally part of like Earth lore anyways. But yeah, it's fine. Today is Thursday. Oh my god, we're so close to the end of the week. Just a little bit more. Okay, let's move out. Team includes Saber. That's fine. That's pretty easy to do. Okay, this is a bad team lineup though. What was the team I keep forgetting? Wait, Trailblazer. Okay, we need her, and then wait, which is this like the better Saber? Or is my Saber better? And then where is Sunday? Sunday. Yeah, okay, there we go. Well, let's see though. I'm kind of curious. Like, which is better, like our Saber or like the story? I feel like our Saber's probably better, if only because like the trial characters tend to be like very hit or miss when it comes to these things, so I'd rather not really risk it. Also, you know, the irony of them having enemies with like no wind weaknesses, but you're required to have Saber with you anyways. I don't know really. I don't really know what they're thinking. But you know, it's fine. It's like a story mission anyways. You can probably survive anything at this point. And also so weird seeing Lancer with like rubber shoes. I can't take him seriously at all. He's dressed way too casually.
そして全ての時の中心にあるこの月魔術を多少なりともかじった人間なら絶えず力がここに集まってるのを感じるだろうよだがこのでじいさん
And he's just sitting there in the middle?
聖杯戦争を仕組んだのは本当にあんたなのか魔術
ほっほっほどこに次の一手を打つべきかは商人の勘が教えてくれたのです。あなたはあの巡回レンジャーのサーバントでしたね。その嗅覚はハウンド家の犬よりも鋭い。
I mean, the Bloodhound people aren't really like particularly good though, so I don't really know why he's like praising them.
そんなマスターを放って単身で切り込むとは。
Quite in a pinch right now, and I'd appreciate a speedy red. Really? He's fine. I don't think he's in any danger.
世話の焼けるマスターだだがよここでてめえの首をはねりゃ
Going straight for violence already? Wow. It's not really the right decision though.
聖杯は決して人の思い通りにはならねえ。聖杯が残すのは
ご忠
It'll become an entertainment spectacle much more worthy of investment than some wish-granting
聖
chalice.
杯に新たな価
You
値
know, for a lot of people. Yeah, look at this stream, Dragon Jinwei. Yeah, we are finishing
もずっと
the Penacony story.
エンターテインメント番組
Old OT's always like so boring to look at though. No wonder it managed to power this holy grail.
と相性がいい。この神秘性を欠いた世界じゃ、たとえ聖杯を手に入れたところで酒を継がせ、だが魔力とは別に聖杯に奇跡を注ぐ熱量があるのなら、神秘の秘徳を守らなきゃならねえ聖杯戦争が
Public entertainment spectacle instead.
そして人々は
Yo, look into the stream, Darkrai. My god, look at that. I feel like a lot of this is going to like Fate lore that I kind of forgot already. I definitely should have watched the anime again before doing this, but it's a little bit too late for that. Not to mention, I don't think I ever watched the Unlimited Blade Works. Wasn't that a separate season? I know I watched like the first Fate Stay Night, but I don't think I watched anything else after that though. With this treasure, I summon. Yeah, they're already there. Oh my god. Wait, let's see.
これはまたとんで
It's kind of weird that Lancer ends up having some of the more serious lines. Because Saber hasn't really done anything except like show that she likes eating a lot, and then Archer just keeps dissing Adventuring and talking about his tacky fashion sense.
3
The curtain fell with a soft rustle, veiling the stage in silence.
ちゃんとやり
Wait, did she murder Lancer?
様でした
What?
長い年当時のあなたはまるで鮮やかに咲くアイリスのように輝いていました
Old Odie's like so sus. You know, I really can't stand the way he talks though. It's so stressful.
そういうのは結構ですオーディ時代遅れの比喩
Yeah,
は
the way he talks to her feels so creepy.
そう焦らないでくれ我が友よあなたの願い間もなく
And all the real stars of the show are about to make their entrance. Your job is to hold them off until the last step of the ritual is complete. Once that's done, I'll honor my end of the deal. This is the kind of behavior that makes you really, really not want to like work with him. It's like if you don't even show an ounce of sincerity before like making me do all the work, it's like I just don't want to do anything anymore.
あなたの詳細はこの星と一緒に落ちてしまったようです先ほどのサーバントを捕らえるのでも精一杯だったのに今度は
Fate Stay Night has 3 versions, one with old animation and stuff, other is Unlimited Blade Works, which have good animation that we know both have similarly same story. Third one is movie trilogy with different story with same character but just different choices. Wow, so many versions of the same content. Okay, so that means I definitely just watched, I think, the really, really old version. Was that the one where like Emmy is all like, "Oh, you'll die if you are killed," or is that the line that appears in all of those versions? I think at one point I did think about like getting into the Fate series in general, but there's just like so much of them. It's like, yeah, I don't really think I can keep up anymore. They're also called Saber Route, Rin Route, and Sakura Route. Sakura? Is this the Shinji Matoe's sister? I feel like that was the really suspicious one. It's like, I did read some of the stuff on the Wikipedia. It was like low-key traumatizing, so I didn't really want to go into depth about her story. Rin? I don't really know much about Rin, other than like she's kind of like the Ojo-sama type, so I think she's an interesting character. Wasn't there at one point like some kind of servant who liked Rin or like thought her compatibility was like really high? This is why one of the servants looks exactly like Rin. She kind of just like took over her body or something.
彼らを圧倒できるよう聖杯に溜まった力を あなたに預けま
It would be so I don't think this girl is going to win. I'm pretty sure Saber's winning. I mean, like, to be fair, they did spoil it already in the trailer, but still, I don't know, like, the anticipation's kind of lost. I'm still salty about it, though, that they spoiled way too much in the cutscene. Like, all the cutscenes are already there, even before they released this version. And then, like, even the scene where, like, Archer and Adventurine are fighting, that's so much shorter than I expected. Movie 1 is called Sakura Route. Same stuff happens to her in all timeline, plotline, and past almost identical. So she just basically doesn't have a good time in any series at all. Just kind of sad when you think about it.
あの青髪のあんちゃん、様子を探りに行ったきり連絡一つね。まさか
Yeah, how would he? I mean, if your command spells disappear, wouldn't that just basically be proof that your servant's like gone already?
争った痕跡はないようです。ランサーらしくありませんね。
Maybe, maybe he went fishing? What? Does he have a thing about fishing?
でもいい喧嘩を売り満足して立ち去ったまである
Oh my god, she's just standing right there. If you want to rewatch, I suggest watching abridged version. It's like a comedy version with fan-made English voice acting. It's on YouTube. Oh, okay. Huh. I will see if I have time for something like that. Oh my god, you know, I've been taking my time little by little every day to like catch up on all the shows that I've had on my backlist for so long. But then I realized that I kind of like lack sleep every day. So I ended up taking like maybe half of my lunch break and like napping instead just to avoid me like getting too exhausted at nighttime. I think there's like so much
ノーツがある
what do you call it? I've been like tired every single day from like going home from traffic, so it's been pretty sad. I think the amount of time I've had to spend on the road is like double.
するなり、オーディを槍でスクリーンに突き刺そうとしていました。彼の判断はとても素晴らしい。せっかく
But I still have dreams left unfulfilled in this miraculous second life.
ためにも、そして皆さんにもご心配なさらず苦しくはありませんか。
Yeah, this is like so sus. Does she really think she can like win against like so many of these guys?
閉幕の時です。カノンカンクリザンス。
So that's like how this cutscene started. That was also very short. And then yeah, now we're in Finance Homeland. She's gonna say, "Wow, is this Britain?"
どうしてブリテンに？
Yeah, I think a lot of people are also salty about them reusing assets like this. So it's like, why could they not make something a little bit more unique at least? They already have most of these assets built in anyways. And considering like this is a very important collab, a lot of people are also like not happy about all the shortcuts they took just for this. If all command spells are used, servant and master are still connected, but servant do not have any obligation or fear to follow the master. It's their choice and different by different servant and how you treat them. Emiya might work and look for another master. Oh my god, it's still so weird to think about Archer as Emiya because like their personalities are so different. Although I did end up having to Google why they look so different. At least I have an explanation for that because it was like a strange choice to change both the hair color and the skin tone. So yeah, but anyways, at least they had like an official reason why it was like that. Yeah, it's like it also uses the same trees from Leah. Basically, it's just an all-arounder place, you know.
ええ、この
Every tree, every blade of grass, because it's all reused assets.
この草原もこの町は
This town is nothing less than where my life as a knight began.
よーアルトリウスじゃないかあんたも剣を抜きに来たのか
アルトリウス。
まあ試したくなる気持ちもわかるよあのマーリンとかいう寿司が
Whosoever pulleth out the sword of the stone is rightwise king of all England.
一回くらい挑戦してみでも
Yeah, pretty much that's not really gonna happen anyways.
王になるところはさす
Wait, this is so rude. They didn't even give her a chance to try. Just watch her yoink out that sword.
私もそう思います。行きましょう、マスター。
Simple explanation, Emiya was overworked into looking like that. I know, right? That's like too much like mana usage and fatigue and all of those things, and like bam, he grew old and then his skin got darker or something, which is also kind of strange. It's like no wonder why no one could recognize Archer as the same person. And he grew drastically taller, like what, 20 centimeters taller if I remember correctly, which is also such a strange thing because it's like what explanation do they have for like increasing his height out of the blue? And I'm like, I don't know, even his facial structure sometimes doesn't really feel like the original Emiya.
私たちがいるのは私が先手
Anyway, sometimes you kind of just have to like have weird ass explanations for things, like how in Genshin, pretty much the only explanation they have for every single problem in their world is like, it's the ley lines. It's the ley lines. It's like, can you stop blaming everything on the ley lines? My god. I'm pretty sure there are other reasons for why you're having problems in your world rather than saying it's the ley lines.
村を出てから戻る
I like how in Frieren Himmel wasn't able to pull out the star distiller. Yeah! I really like that part. I don't know, it felt very sincere. Because like in that point, like I knew Himmel was just being a hero because like he wanted to be and like he wanted to like actually save the world with like a sincere heart. And like he did all that posturing with the fake sword just so like people would have like hope and faith and all that, but like he knew like he knew that he wasn't like destined for it, but he still did it anyways rather than just like waiting around for like someone to like come fix the world. He's like, I'm gonna fix it myself. Kind of like that, which is so nice. I mean, Himo is like one of my favorite heroes. Like he's one of those characters that even though like he's already dead, but you love him so much because of like how good he is. I think at one point I remember reading this story about like this dude, was that in Taiwan? I think he ended up stopping someone from like causing problems on a train. Was that, I think a guy was like, he brought a knife or something, he was like attacking people, and then like one Taiwanese dude just like ended up stopping him. And then like when people are asking like, so why did you have like the courage to do that, because it's very dangerous, right? You're dealing with like some crazy dude with like a knife, and he's all like, because it's what Himel the hero would have done. And I was like, yes, okay, that is like the best answer to give for sure, because it's like like how amazing it is that you really take like real life inspiration from an anime dude and think, okay, that's a good philosophy to live in life. It's like, damn, if only more people were like that. I miss him so much though. It's still kind of hilarious that Himmel was like voted the #1 favorite character. Even though he's literally dead. He's not even in the story, so you only get to see him in like flashbacks and all that. Don't even have a mount? Is this what she's complaining about? Like, oh, I don't have a horse. I'll find you a trampler. What is trampler? Is that a dromas? But yeah. A weird explanation for that, from my knowledge, is Shiro accepted the offer of Throne of Hero late in his life when he was fully grown up. The Shiro we see is literally a schoolboy. Maybe his growth hormone kicked in for Tanya. He was overworked in Middle East. Still, it's like, imagine, like, I'm pretty sure he already should have gone through most of his growth spurt at the time of the story, and it's suddenly growing 20 centimeters taller. It's like, wow, I wish I could have grown 20 centimeters taller too. It would have been so nice. Like when I was a kid, I kept thinking that I would grow taller, but I never really did. I think the only thing that kind of helped maybe grow like an inch taller is like doing yoga. Doing a lot of yoga improved my posture for a while. Now it kind of got bad again, but that time though. So yeah, you really gotta like stretch a lot. And like one of those exercises when you hang from a bar and like that helps decompress your spine. It's like such a good feeling. Like damn, like you can really feel like your spine stretch out so long.
彼はいつも眉間にシワを寄せていましたが
Damn, I definitely need to exercise more. But it's so hard though. I think supposedly the easier way is like by cutting out food, but I really can't. Today I felt so betrayed because I was like having really strong cravings again for instant noodles, so I ended up opening one pack, and then we actually looked at the instructions. It said like, oh, this one pack is 2 servings. It's like, what the fuck do you mean this is 2 servings? Like, this is a snack. There's no way it's enough for 2 people. What the heck? Then turns out that quote unquote 2 servings total is already like 500 calories. It's like, That's so much calories just for something that's like that ends up being finished like so easily. So I'm really irritated now about like these kinds of high calorie snacks that don't really like fill you up, but then they count for so much in a day. It's like, no wonder why it's like so hard to lose weight if you're eating stuff like this. And like by the end of it, like you're still hungry. Like I'm still hungry every single day. So I don't know. Maybe I should start like bringing vegetables or something, or like carrot sticks with some kind of like dip or something. Emiya, did you use Holy Grail or Throne of Hero Reward to increase your height? And he's like, no, I didn't. It's just me. What the fuck is that? There, beneath a tree, a tiny night doll rested as if lost in a dream that would never end. Who made this? What kind of expression did they even give Saber? That's like, she's just so bug-eyed. Although this is closer, I think, to her original outfit, like the dress is longer. Oh, that figure looks totally rad. Was the wooden toy yours? I don't know. My first 15 years were mostly spent caring for horses and honing my swordsmanship. A mage named Merlin would visit me in my dreams and teach me about ruling as a king. Merlin, you sus. Why are you doing that? Couldn't you have just like taught her in person? How did you spend your childhood? Dreaming about being an adult and feeling sad about my depressing future, which kind of ended up coming to life, honestly. Like, I knew as a kid I wouldn't have an exciting adulthood, but also, like, when I'm actually living it right now, it's like, damn, it really is not an exciting adulthood after all. I did remember a lot about my past. So he does remember that initial onset. Yeah, it was Kafka. No wonder your personality is so carefree. It's because you have no thoughts, head empty, basically. Though I have no past, I have a future. Why are you so sincere? But you know, I really like the Trailblazer. Their personality is just, I guess, really nice overall. Like, just really, really fun, I think. It's like a lot more sincere, I think, because like, you're kind of seeing them in like their pure version, like without too much burdens, I guess. I don't know, I wish I could live life that carefree. But the world is a sad place, and I'm always hungry. You know, Saber had a dark version, alter version, in movie in which she goes so OP. Emi also have an alter version. I went on Discord and compare him to Shiro. Okay, I will check that out. Oh, actually, wait, it hasn't. Okay, it hasn't synced yet, so I'll check it out later. But yeah, Emi is still so strange. I just know Caster is a depressing. Oh, Ryder is also a depressing character. He scares me a lot. The original Ryder, the one with like really long purple hair and like the blindfold, right? That was scary. Random stuff. Okay. Oh, there. Okay, it finally showed up. Oh wow, that definitely doesn't look anything like Emiya. What the heck? He got so much buffer and taller. Just completely overall like not anything like Emiya. Kind of wonder why they bothered giving him like red hair and such pale skin if they were gonna change it so much anyways. At the very least, you should have just had black hair. I think that would have made more sense, just to have like a normal, ordinary looking character. I wanted to save the land I stood on and the people who lived upon it. I wanted to repel the tyranny of King Vortigern the White Dragon. I wanted to deliver my people from the foreign invaders' hostile rule. The mage told me that if I could pull the sword from the stone, then I would achieve my wish. Everyone thought that I would save Britain. But no kingdom lasts forever. Yeah, pretty much. Merlin can't teach directly because he was sealed in Garden of Avalon and it's canon and actual lore of world. Oh, okay. I don't know too much about Merlin, honestly. I did think about watching. Wasn't there like was that a BBC TV series or something about like Merlin and King Arthur? But then I think a lot of people were unhappy with the way it ended because like Merlin died? Or was it Arthur died? I know someone important died. And it was definitely not a fun time for everyone involved. So I was like, if it's just going to end unhappily, like I don't even want to bother anymore. It's kind of like the same feeling as like why I didn't want to finish watching Supernatural because I got spoiled on the ending and it was like, wow, that's a shit ending. So yeah, it's been sad all around. You know, like sometimes if you talk to Supernatural fans, like, so how was the series for you? And they're just going to like, I don't know, cry on the spot or something. Because that was like, it ended so badly for everyone involved. I don't even know how they thought it was a good idea to end it this way. Like over 10 years of like seasons, and then just for everything to end in such a petty way. It's like, damn. Sometimes I don't really know what like creators are thinking. Kind of like the same as when Game of Thrones also ended in a really bad way. So that was kind of like just a waste of like what, 8 years of storylines. I would meet a tragic end, hated by all. Oh, poor Saber.
国が最もブリテンはいずれ終わりを迎える。今の繁栄は
Why did she even bother pulling the sword though if it was going to end like this
私
anyways?
が国の苦しみを背負うことで人々が安寧を得られるのなら
She is way too nice for her own good, because like that definitely doesn't seem like a fair trade. You remind me of Sunday. Why is this like the only time you ever think we only ever remember about Sunday ever since we saw him in like the space station with Herda and Welt? Like literally the only mention. You recount a fantastical dream you had during Penacony's Charmony Festival to Saber. How a man dreams of creating Paradise Kingdom with his own power.
ロビンさんの兄上ですか
Oh, it's her brother!
確かに当時の私の
Yeah.
行動は
Sorry to let you know, we kind of have to like ram him through with with a train.
皆に理想の国を描いてみせたつもりでしたがブリテンに残されたのは終わりのない戦いと破滅を迎
The one who deserves to face destruction is me, not my country or my people.
なかったはずです
Didn't Merlin basically say the same thing already? Why is she like surprised? People always seem to think that they can like change fate so easily, but like, nah. It's really not how it works.
選定の剣
It's such a pretty sword though.
剣を抜か
The colors are so vibrant, like that kind of royal blue is like so fitting, and like the gold.
どれほど想像したことか私が大いにつかなければブリテンは理想の国となれた選定の剣を抜いて王
Or
と
to give up and stay in my homeland to quietly live out my days.
彼女は今私を選択の時まで戻したのですねマスター私は少し疲れてしまいましたやはり馬が欲しいですね
I wish I had a horse to ride across these fields before the sun sets. I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's still no horse in this game. It kind of feels like the same as in Kaya. Like, Kaya is the cavalry captain, but he also has no cavalry because Varka took them all. Except when you actually watch the scenes of Varka, he does not have a single horse with him. So, like, what the heck happened to all of them? Did he just, like, leave them behind and not cry or, like, kind of forget about their existence and say, like, hey, this area might be too hard for the horses, so we're just going to, like, not bother with them? And then he also forgot to tell them to, like, oh, you know, send them back to Mondstadt. So they're kind of just, like, somewhere in limbo. And, like, Kaya's just waiting back at home. It's like, so when can I get my horses back? It's like, I don't know. Merlin is portrayed a crafty mage and very strong mage in FGO, and in real life record, he is said to be the scummiest of the person who just over so many women and still is trusty court mage of King Arthur. In the end, he was getting on nerve of a power girl, Lady of the Lake, Vivian, and what? And then she sealed him out. Really? Okay, so it's definitely nothing like the BBC version then, because I know like in the BBC version, like people were like hoping that Arthur and Merlin would get together, which obviously would never happen in like a show like that. Yeah. Merlin, you dumbass. Why are people always like doing stupid things with women? Like, can't you just be normal? And like not get sealed in places you shouldn't get sealed in? You called out, your voice echoing, but the drawn-out words never reached the servant. In the moment she hesitated, fate had already been sealed. In truth, you were never here at all. What remains in this place is merely a shadow of you who fell into a noble phantasm, lingering in the dream of another.
彼女はどこにでもいる少女です。王を演じるのは大変な苦痛を伴うというのに、なぜ英霊という幻の中でも
Why do people keep saying this? Like, oh, she was just an ordinary person. Isn't that basically the same for everyone? I don't know. Like, eventually they all end up having, like, powers, but everyone starts out normal. Or probably close to normal. Wait till there's 9 for horses, Kaya. We just got goats in Natla. Okay, yeah, we got goats. And then we also got llamas. And then we have so many so many animals with, like, the saddles and mounts, and yet you've never seen a single one of them being ridden. Like, ridden normally. Better to cast aside her sword, abandon her glory, and become a nameless nobody who watches the world's grand show on the sidelines. That's definitely not gonna happen to her. Her design's way too good to be relegated to an NPC.
たちの最初の選択を、これまでに味わってきた苦難を皆さんに平凡で幸せな人生を用意しました。
Is this kind of like harmony trick going to work on someone who doesn't really remember their past anyways?
残るのか新入り
Are you staying?
みたいなやつがうち
Someone like you has probably already burned through all your luck just trying to get into the Herda space station.
一応確認しておくよ
Who is this random dude now?
理科の仕事は君が思ってるほど楽じゃないからね
Do we even have the brains to be working in the Department of Cosmic Geography? Look at me in the eyes and say that again. You don't know who I am? Guess you're the real newcomer here.
まったく僕が新人の時も君みたく自分は誰
Sorry, we're just gonna be as arrogant as possible, because that's just how we are.
ここにいる自分は一階の職員に過ぎないってね
But I'm the galactic baseballer. I defeated Tatalov.
それが
Herda Space Station is gonna be the IPC headquarters. They better not. I'm so pissed about them keep like reusing assets all the time. Like, I wish they'd stop that, you know, because like it's such a waste. Like, you know how someone said like we are set in a world that's like basically composed of like a huge universe with like multiple planets, and yet there's nothing that feels like remotely like unique about any of the characters we've encountered so far. Like all the species, like they're all just so normal. Like even Zenless has more creative characters than Honkai Star. Like if you were going to look at the character cast and then you'd ask someone like which is the game that's set in like a space universe, you would definitely say Zenless, because Zenless has such a wide variety of people. Like you have like the half animal breeds, like you have like an Oni with like different colored skin, like pretty much in Star Rail, the only unique thing is just like the Foxians, which is just a generic like fox ears and fox tail, and like that's it. Like everyone else is just a regular humanoid. Even like Sam, which I'm still salty about. Sam was just a regular girl in a mech suit, which is like no, because I thought she was like an actual like Gundam or like an Intellitron or like something like a buff version of like Skrullum, but like no, she's just a regular girl in a suit. So it's like, why are we like this? We don't have anything more. We don't have like unique species or whatever. We don't even have characters with like different skin colors either. Yeah, they're all just waifus and husbandas, but they're all humanoid. Yeah, pretty much full Star Wars. I don't know. I feel like they could definitely use it like more creativity. Like even like think about Bailu and Danheng. They're still like even though they're like half dragon, you don't really feel that most of the time. Like you just see like a tail and like I don't know, like that's it. Even Lingsha, you know, people always forget that Lingsha's also part Vidyadhara, but you could never tell because she has no defining features of being a Vidyadhara other than like some scales on her arms and legs, and like that's it. And if you're not even looking closely, you won't even realize that either, right? Like she doesn't have horns, she doesn't have tails, she doesn't have like any dragon-like, actual dragon-like features. More variety can be found in an average isekai anime. Yeah, like even just like the basic, like the orcs, the dwarves, things like that, the typical things you'd see in a fantasy setting, like you don't have that either. Yeah, Lixia's not human. She's like a Vidyadhara. Or was it half? I'm not really sure if she's like half or pure, but like basically she's not a regular human. She's not like a Xianzhou native. So, but then like her design is it's very plain, I think, which is kind of one of the reasons why I didn't really want to get her initially. I ended up getting her eventually, but kind of regret it. Unfortunately, I kind of regret it because like I don't really find her unit like that useful in general. Face tag the Doomsday Beast Ultimate. We're just saying all our like achievements now at this point.
ステーションのコレクションが盗まれて正体不明の新ミス・ヘルタの助けがなかったら僕たちはそうお兄さんのことだよけど
Yeah, we swallowed the relic. I defeated Fantilia and the Shenzhou.
間選手を大混乱させたっていう絶噂じゃ
Our plan was foiled by the general love. Yeah, of course it's Jingyan. Jingyan still did most of the work, I think.
選手陣も
Hanakoni should have more variety. What do you mean if we ain't look human enough, we can't enter the dreamscape? Yeah, even just like the Pepeshi. Like the Pepeshi's just like small humans with like a cotton ball on their head. And they're like, oh, you know, you shouldn't touch the cotton ball. And like a Pepeshi said, like, but like that's it. Like there's nothing special about them either. They're just like really short. I don't know. Probably like the most one of the weirder models right now is like old Oti, but like even then not really, because he's just like he just kind of has like pointy ears. Even like the enemies we have are like a lot more unique. You know who I like seeing the designs of? It's kind of like the Lord Ravagers. Although to be fair, a lot of them are also very humanoid to be honest. So I guess creativity wise they're still kind of lacking. There's some nicer ones. Nanook is also just very normal. Like he just doesn't really have like a lower half, but like he's still relatively like humanoid looking. So the more interesting designs are the ones that really look nothing human at all. Like Elation. What's that? I forgot the guy that kind of the slime looking thing. The only creative in me enemies with 100 plus million HP. Yeah, there's just too much HP these days. I can't even bother with like the higher difficulties of like Divergent Universe anymore because it's just way too stressful. Like you would need basically a perfect run to be able to finish it. Dress design was also just same as the Gundam Force. I know every single Xianzhou character had the exact same matchup, like a sleeveless sleeves, like the detached sleeves, like the Chongsam type vibes. Even Sparkle, who is a Japanese vibe character, has so many elements that just look the same as the Xianzhou characters. Why? Everybody wear black shorts and girls so common. Oh my god, it never looks the same. I'm just so frustrated. Oh, like Yukong looks the same. Tingyun looks the same. Fugue kind of looks the same. Even though people say Fugue looks different, no, she does not. She still looks kind of the same. They all have the same off-shoulder, like detached sleeves vibe. Aglaya looks most unique, maybe. Yeah, Aglaya's still good. Sam, I don't really know. I mean, like I was disappointed that she was not an actual mecha. It would have been more fun that way. I think her being like a regular girl is a kind of lackluster. Mostly because they focused too much on her story with the Trailblazer, and I wanted to know more about her as a character, like independent of her relationship from the Trailblazer. Because like, you know, like how her Myriad Celestia trailer was like so good. Like she came from like a planet that was basically like underwent genocide. It was like, it was traumatic, but it was also amazing because you can really see like the scale of her power back then. But then like even in Pentacon, you don't really feel that most of the time. And the fact that she's lived for 4,000 years, like with her attitude, can you imagine? She's 4,000 years old, like, and she's like, oh, you know, I don't want to die so soon. You know, that time I thought her lifespan was really short, and then it turns out she's 4,000. It's like, Even Jing is just over 700 plus. I don't think he's like 1,000 plus. Liu at the maximum might be like 2,000-ish, and then you're telling me this little girl is 4,000 plus, and her goal in life is to extend her lifespan. I feel like you should probably talk to some Xianzhou people, and they probably like smack you for being a dumbass. I don't know. This is like so wild, so wild when you think about it in hindsight.
今になって後悔してるんだろ
She's homunculus, crafted human like albedo. Yeah, cause she's like one of those like disposable soldiers. Honestly, if I had to like think about it, she's closer to like one of those Star Wars clones, like the stormtrooper. She's basically a stormtrooper. Yeah, there's just like a lot of them. So we're just like really angry about the whole thing. Look at the trailblazers suffering. You try to yell at the researcher before you, but your wavering voice gets a different response.
Well,
like 4K, 4,000 years wasted, she act like that, feel that. Yeah, like, yeah, right? I mean, she doesn't feel mature considering how old she is. Like, in the dynamic of the whole Celeron hunters, probably like Elio and Kafka would be on the same level-ish, because Kafka's like really strong-willed, but also, like her plan doesn't have fear, so that's probably one thing that helps. Blade can be kind of like weird at times, but overall, he's also incredibly smart. People just forget that because they, like the funny thing is Blade only said that line, oh, of five, three must pay a price, something like that. He only said that once. He's not the type to keep repeating that line again and again, and that people think he's like some battle-crazed maniac and like who doesn't think about anything else. Like, dude was an engineer before he fell into Morrow, so he's like incredibly smart. He just doesn't care enough to do any of those things anymore because his hands are like wrecked and he can't craft anything. But like in reality, like if he's not in the throes of Mara, he's like a pretty chill dude. I mean, like, even Silver Wolf wants to play video games with him, and like his only excuse, like, oh, I can't really play with you because my hands can't really feel the controller anymore. Like, that's how sad that is. Like, you want to play with your teammate, but you can't. And like, but he didn't like reject her or anything. He's like, maybe in the future if my hands are okay, but like, it's just, he was just kind of letting her down gently. But see, like that's how he is. He's like a chill dude. And even when he's talking to us as the trailblazer, he's basically saying like, oh, don't make Kafka sad because she cares about you. Like, I remember that so clearly. Like, I did not expect Blade to be saying things like that to us. But like, yeah, I don't know. I miss it. Like, there's so much mischaracterization about Blade in general. So yeah. And then between Silver Wolf and Firefly, I don't know. They both really feel like teenagers. Oh, Silver Wolf definitely, because she's kind of like a gamer and she's like super petty about a lot of things. And like basically you realize that without her hacks, she's just like a very ordinary gamer and not even like a super good one either. But yeah. Aglaya feel old and crafty and political because she's so old. Yeah, Aglaya definitely went through way too much stress. Movika feels like she's thinking about her.
これといった特技もなさそう
Raiden turned into Hikikomori. Long lived. Yeah, Raiden's just like, oh, I just want to stay here, read all of my light novels, eat snacks, just like sleep. And like, okay, fair enough. Like, yeah, I also kind of want that life, but you have like responsibilities, you're like the leader of a nation. And instead of like taking responsibility, you're like, no, I don't want people to suffer. I'm just gonna keep everyone in limbo, except the limbo isn't even a real limbo, so people are still suffering anyways. And she was kind of insane for that, honestly. Okay, Johnny obtained all wisdom without internet at the heat. Like they all did something. Firefly literally Chitali without all aura and power. Oh, Chitali. I don't know. I can't take Chitali seriously either because she acts so stupid around the main character. Like, you can't imagine how old she is. Like, how old is she? Like, pretty old, right? I think what, more several hundreds of years old, but she really doesn't feel like it. She just acts like a grandma. But sometimes her personality is like so childish. Also, it's kind of like not really a good look for someone to always be like so addicted to drinking. Like I like alcohol a lot too, but like she loses so much of her aura every time she's drunk.
別に驚くことじゃない。
Wait, what is this conversation about anyways? This dragged on way too long for no reason.
僕も同じだよ。今も14歳の時に宇宙地理ではなく量子、ま、そんなこと考えても無駄だけどね。
This is all wrong, you scream internally, but the fury is fleeting. Why are you making strange faces again? Really? We're gonna pretend to work? Like in this state? Do we look anything like a researcher? Does this guy look like he has any thoughts in his head at all? Definitely not. He's like one of those orange cats with only like one brain cell, and that brain cell was probably borrowed by another orange cat anyways. Jill like Yaimiko, 500-ish. Like how everyone is so scared of her, like it's in their blood, but yeah, she also became a drunkard. Yeah, way too long-lived. I know, I find Yaimiko funnier if like you're talking about like old people, because like Yaimiko's so crafty, so you can really feel her age sometimes. Like she's just doing things like because she wants to see how it turns out, not really because she like doesn't know how to solve problems. She's like, oh, you know, I know how to fix it, but I want to watch you suffer first before I like step in and like help you out. Thinking if Archer would throw his trash or clean his room. Archer. Still, it's kind of hilarious or anything about it, because like they really said 2.5 years. It's like that's literally 2.5 years because we are at that point based on like how long the game has been around. Since like what, April the game started, and we're like June? Well, close. Not exactly 2.5 years, but more or less at that point.
机の上が随分散らかってる。これを全部整理しろっていうのか?
This is his idea of a messy desk. There's like nothing on this table. Sort by budget category, sort by timeline, sort by mood. What the?
法律が悪すぎます。そんなやり方じゃ琥珀
Why don't you do it yourself? Oh, look at that. You're on the verge of shouting, but just then a sliver of doubt creeps inside you. What is that expression we're making right now? Is this really what you want? Take a breath. Don't lash out. Focus on what you truly need to do. Be a corporate slave. Take out the baseball bat and give them a good beating. The bat you always have at your side is no longer there. Then again, did you ever really have it in the first place? Well, where would you go? Is there anywhere you can go? You're young with no special talents. Isn't your best bet a cushy job with full benefits, clocking in every day until the world ends? Oh my god, stop reminding me about my own situation. Like, damn. Also, like, I really I just can't stop thinking about my coworker as well. It's kind of hilarious though how entitled he is about a lot of things. You know, just recently because we were given our like mid-year bonus. And like our mid-year bonus is supposed to be basically the equivalent of like your gross salary for the month. And he was complaining about how little his mid-year bonus was when like manager was actually straight up telling, you know how lucky you are that you literally just started working in this office. And yet you were also able to get a mid-year bonus, even though technically speaking, he's not even regularized yet. He's only been working here for like a little bit over 2 months. So it's like the fact that you got any bonus at all is like a miracle, and then you're still gonna be complaining that's like too little. Of course it's too little. It's prorated because you've only been working for like 2 months. So like, what do you expect? And I don't know, I think he's like just way too entitled about a lot of things. I think he expected that he would get promoted immediately as he got regularized. Like, bro, you would have only been working for 6 months by that point. Like, why do you expect that you're going to get like promoted immediately? You know, you actually have to like work for it, right? And like considering how bad his work performance is, like if I'm going to rate him, he's definitely going to get like a really low score from me. It's like every single little thing, like you have to keep telling him to do it. You know, like how most people, like you just give like a general idea, like, okay, I need you to do this, like please figure it out by yourself. If you have questions, ask me, but like don't wait for me to like tell you every single step, right? It's like you're an adult, like you should be able to at least have some idea of like how to do your job, right? Even though like a lot of these are like pretty basic things. So it's like I don't know. I really don't want to deal with him anymore. It's just like overall like draining on my mental health. I think I got Miko very early and didn't have to build Fischl because of her. Oh, that's good. I got Fischl, well, obviously since I started the game pretty early, so I ended up building her first because I was using Fischl with Bennett. Can you imagine that kind of lineup that I had back in the early days was so bad? I was using Bennett basically as some kind of, what's that, like a DPS unit. Or Fischl, I was also using Fischl as a DPS unit in the early days. Those were very stressful. But yeah, I never ended up getting Yai Miko though, because she's like incredibly difficult for me to use. And I think that time there was also some kind of like, not exactly controversy, but like a lot of people were complaining about how squishy she was, so they ended up having to make adjustments to her. Which I think it helped out, but yeah, those were the early days were definitely difficult for like Yai Miko fans. I still don't have C6 Fischl, so... Oh, really? You don't have C6 Fischl? Oh, that's so rare. I think it's been a long time since I've had, like, incomplete characters from that early days. But yeah, I don't know. I don't want to deal with a newbie. Like, every single... Like, today alone, I had to tell him to do his job probably, like, over 15 times already. Like, I'm exhausted, and like my manager keeps saying like, "Oh, just issue a memo to him." But like, how do you even issue like a memo for something like just say like, "Oh, you're kind of shit at your work. You use AI too much. You don't know how to write reports by yourself, and like you're always playing with your cell phone." I don't know. Like a lot of those things are like not really like tangible things that you can like say. Like a lot of it is behavioral issues. It's like we don't really have guidelines for things like that in our office, so. I don't know, because like at this point, like, you know how basically, like, if you don't like the guy, you just don't have to regularize him. You don't really need some special reason to like not accept him. You basically just say like, "Oh, sorry, you don't meet our standards," which is kind of true, because like he really doesn't. From my perspective, like, he takes way too many shortcuts in a lot of things, and I think like if the work gets harder, he definitely won't be able to keep up. You kind of like the feeling like if he did not have internet both on his laptop and his phone, I guarantee you he's not going to be able to do any of his work. Like at one point I straight up told him, "I think you're using too much AI already, because like you're not even thinking about how to do the project like normally anymore." It's like, "Oh, but you know, but AI is so easy. It just does everything for you." It's like, if it does everything for you, like why are we hiring you? Like what are we even paying you for? Because like if that's the case, I could literally do that also. In reality, like a lot of the things that he was doing, like at one point, because like my manager was asking us to like to try to find solutions for one of these other issues that we were having, and like as soon as he asked me those questions, like, I already thought about what questions I needed to ask people, or like what the next steps I needed to take were. And then like the next day, like that newbie was like actually doing, it's like, "Oh, I asked like he doesn't use ChatGPT, he uses DeepSeek." Yeah. He was saying, "Oh, I asked DeepSeek to like figure it out for me." It's like, you had to ask an AI to figure that out for you, but I already thought about this yesterday. Like the day, like literally off the top of my head, I could already figure out like these were the things we needed to do. So it's like, why? Like even just like the bare minimum things he doesn't want to think about anymore, and he just keeps using it all the time to like for religion. He's all like asking like, what comes to the like after death, or you know, like those kinds of existential questions. Like what is there after we die? It's like, I don't know. Like what do you even believe in? Reincarnation? Nirvana? Whatever? Yeah, like that, like chat, like things AI is like supposed to help you out, but not like do the work for you. It's just like just for like convenience, I guess. I don't know. But I think in general, it's like people are just relying on it too much. It's kind of weird because like they say like, "Oh, but you know, it's like it makes life so much easier." But like, you know, I think at one point I saw someone complaining about how their professors told them like they would not be allowed to use AI in their schoolwork, which is fine, right? That's kind of normal. And yet that same professor also sent out emails to their students written by ChatGPT. Like you could tell because it accidentally included the ChatGPT prompt they used in the email that they mass sent to like all of their students. So like how embarrassing is that, right? Like you're telling people not to use it, but you also use it, and like you're not even like subtle about it. You couldn't even write like a 5-line email, and instead you had to write AI to do it for you. It's like it would have been faster to just write it yourself, you know? Like why even spend time doing it twice?
どこかで会ったことがないかと聞きたいのであれば
Uh,
こう答えよう
I don't know. Am I old? I think it's hard because like I grew up in a generation where I had to like learn how to do everything the manual way. Like I did things manually even before Google came out. Like I had to search through encyclopedias, like actual books. And then when Google came out, you still had to search Google the way that you would search through encyclopedias. So I grew up in a very traditional way of like finding information. And mostly the thing I hated the most is like misinformation. And it's like I just really hated when people would like take one article in completely out of context and not like double check their facts against other things. And you know, just like in general, one of the things I don't like about AI is like how people use it too easily without like actually double checking the facts that they get out of it. Because even in the early days, I would just ask very easy questions about, let's say, like Genshin characters, like, who is this character? And every single answer they give me is like completely wrong. I was like, if you were just going to take it as is, that means you're learning the completely wrong things. So yeah, I don't know. Like it kind of loses like that sense because like a lot of the things that you learn in life is not really like the answers itself. It's like how do you get to that process, right? It's like you use critical thinking skills to arrive at like the solution to your problem. It's like AI is supposed to like kind of just help you get closer, but you also still have to know how to do it the traditional way just to make sure that you're actually like getting the correct answers. I feel like I'm ranting too much about it. Yeah. I don't know. Like overall better? I don't know though, cause like for me, like every time I read anything AI, I can pretty much tell almost immediately that it's AI. So it kind of like in my case, I don't really feel like it makes you better. It just makes you feel like you took a lot of shortcuts along the way. But then a lot of people also lose a lot of their writing skills precisely because they rely too much on it. Yeah. Like, yeah, that newbie, like, he thinks he's very good at, like, writing reports, but in reality, a lot of the things he writes don't have, like, that human touch to them. Like, they feel very, very clinical about things. I think because ChatGPT, like using AI has to be like very specific. You need to give like very good prompts, and like you actually have to know how to use. You can't just like type a question and like copy paste the answer exactly because like you're not gonna get the outcome that you want. Like you really have to like fine tune every single thing, and just to come up with like the answer that you really need that's like fit for your specific situation. At least in that case, you're kind of exerting some effort to like and you're not just like copy pasting like as is. Like you actually have to ask chat gpt like, okay, please refine your answer. I would prefer it in like this style. I would like need more information about this. It's like, okay, at least there's some kind of process involved. But if you just ask like one question, like that's it, I don't know, that's like severely lacking. Because it's like it's very obvious like that you don't know what you're doing. Because like if I was going to ask you like verbally to explain your thought process about a certain thing or like why you wrote it this way, I guarantee a lot of people would not be able to answer me. So like even today, like when I was asking him to like help me out during an interview, and I say, okay, you take charge of the interview. I want to see how you do it. And just take note, he had already asked DeepSeek to like give him the questions to ask during the interview, and yet when he was actually conducting the interview, he really couldn't do it properly. He missed out so many questions. He couldn't have like a proper flow of information, and he just like missed out on so many things. So it's like because he doesn't have like the skills anymore to like do the job properly. Like, he relied too much on like questions, but he doesn't know how to ask like follow-up questions. So he's just like one of those people that's just like, okay, I just ask one thing, I get the answer, and like that's it. Like I don't ask clarifying questions anymore, and like that limits the way you process information. Like, you know, like when you're doing work, there's like a lot of like nuances involved with things, so you can't just take it at face value. Because like especially because people are also like very flawed. So they're going to say a lot of things, like a lot of which might not be necessarily like the information that you want or that you need, and sometimes like they might misunderstand your question also, which happens frequently. In which case, you need to like clarify, like, do you mean what you say? Like, is this actually the real thing that happens? And I don't know. Wait, search coming leaks and banner for ChatGPT for Genshin Wuhan started. I told right for Genshin started and told me first banners of Wuhan telling me they were new launch of 2025 when they actually launched in 2024. Yeah, there's too much misinformation about it. It's kind of hard because like either way, like you don't know that the info you're getting is like true or not. So like you still actually have to do real research. You need like multiple sources to all confirm the same thing. Oh.
平凡な日々だが失い
You glanced at him, wanting to say something, but decided not to.
おかしな考えはいくらか収まったか
It took us several days just to fix that one table? That was so short though.
限界だ。頭がもう働かない。
Get some sleep. Wait, really?
それ
Okay.
に
Oh,
やっぱりここは自分がいるべき場所じゃないと思う。
we going in the correct direction. How is this considered resting? They didn't give us an actual chair or bed? Oh my god. Well, Saber, where are you now?
ウーサーという王の話をしましょう。
And fun fact, I just watched a video about how AI response are 52% hallucinating because there's too many sources for them to search, and coming fast answers main priority than the right answer. Yeah, also, in case people didn't know, AI is very, 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 very bad for the environment because it requires too much resources to run. I think the servers alone, like how much water you would need to like cool down all of those devices. So, yeah. I think people have a lot of misconceptions about how AI works anyways. And I also read this story about this company that's investing in, like, a bunch of investors spent like 1.2 billion on like this AI thing, and turns out it was not actually AI. It was just they just hired like maybe 700 underpaid workers to like do all the work pretending to be an AI. So that startup basically crashed and burned because it turns out it was not AI after all. It wasn't even like real technology. It was just like a bunch of people trying to do things manually, and obviously that would not work long term. His sword shattered, the bow snapped, and he was beheaded.
しかし何かを救うために剣を私たちの目に届く星は今の姿と異なりますが、あの名を失ったサーバントは私たちの人生を舞台。しかしマスター、
If you still have courage, if you're still willing to become that star, then all the spectators who have seen you will also step onto the stage, becoming heroes themselves.
つい偉そうなことを言ってしまいましたね。私は舞台に立つべき人を待ちながら草原を馬でかけています。
We had such a boring dream though. I can't believe our dream was like working as a really, really ordinary corporate life. And why is Lancer here as well?
お前もサボりか？悪いがもう満員だぜ。あいにく課長は今逃亡中のルアンメイの創造物に悪戦苦闘してるところだ。
Oh my god, the cat cakes! You know, you can also run AI bot on your PC offline, made by you. And you can also connect it to internet and teach it to be better and better. It will take an hour, 14 gigabytes space. No thanks, my games are too big already. I don't have that kind of free space to like let some parasite into my computer. Yeah. But in general, I just really can't rely on a lot of things. Because you know why? I've had so many experiences. You know how when you try to search for something on Google on your phone, the default is going to give you an AI answer. And pretty much 90% of the time when I'm searching for things, the AI answer it gives me is always wrong. It's like, there was a time when I was searching for things about DaVinci Resolve or like little functions of DaVinci Resolve, any shortcuts, any new updates, like those kinds of things. And it kept telling me like, oh, you can do this function, you can do this, you can do that, whatever, whatever. In reality, like when you actually check the sources that it relies on, everything, like none of them actually tell you can do it. So it's been like really depressing. It's like you realize like nothing there is like reliable. So I'd have to check the articles manually, trying to find what I need. Even though like the AI tells you you can do it, but like in reality, no, you cannot. So I just lost a lot of faith in it because it's giving me so much misinformation. Parasite is your pet. I don't even have pets, so it's like I'm not going to make AI my very first pet anyways. It's like if I'm going to have a pet, I want an actual like fluffy cuddly thing that I can sleep with at night and I can just like play around with it. Like a cat or a dog. That would be so nice. But yeah. Well, that's not happening anytime soon. Google also bad after 2023. Now use Gemini AI. And all top 10 results are sponsored one to one. Yeah, that's also true. That's why it's like really exhausting trying to find information. I do generally use a different browser though. I don't normally use Google because I don't know how true this is. I did use like Ecosia because it supposedly says that like every time you use Ecosia, like they plant trees and all that, and some of my friends have vouched for it. So especially like I have a bunch of like friends who are like super into like environmentalism and all that, and they all vouched for it. So I kind of guess it works. No, it's not really like that big of a deal to me anyway, so occasionally just use it and says like, okay, you've helped plant like maybe 1,000 trees. It's like, okay, that's nice. Hopefully it's actually true, but in the end it doesn't really matter, so long as it's like not too many ads. But my point is just generally, every time I search for information, I have to read so many articles. I'm one of those people, if I'm going to like learn about a topic, I'm gonna go all in. So it's exhausting, but like on average I'll probably read like maybe 20-30 articles on like a single topic just to make sure like all the information's like consistent. I searched okay, wait, the messages are not loading properly. 18. You know what happened today? Noticed my GPU usage was 99% and GPU temp 80 plus degrees Celsius? Oh my god, that's like close to that's like close to boiling already. While playing Minecraft, I was like, it won't even happen when I run Wua, Star, and Genshin together. I had to close it immediately and do many diagnoses. Yeah, hard programs. It's like definitely take up way too much of your computer's power. When you sleep, do you glow like a fire? I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Google image search also, it's so bad when PC quality is so low, all images marked or branded. Yeah, I can't rely on those either. It takes me so long just to find things that I need. Reading is better than watching a video. Yeah, even in watching videos, I tend to like speed them up because I really need to like get to the root of like the information, and most videos are kind of like full of fluff that is like completely worthless. So in general, I prefer reading articles first before a video. I don't know. Although most of the time, neither of them really work out that well anyways. It's still so weird though. Why did they pick Lancer to be the researcher? He looks nothing like a researcher. It's like mysterious researcher Ellen. He's not even dressed appropriately. Ignore the distractions around you. Let's look at the next meeting's details. The effects of starquake phenomena on the artistic expression of researchers. 2 attendees, no time constraints. Okay. Century later? Sister watch videos of things she wants to know. She can be learned by reading just for 2 minutes. Yeah, honestly, reading's faster. I'm very good at like reading things quickly, mostly because I learned how to speed read. I don't know if it's a skill that a lot of people still use nowadays, but you know like how if you're going to read like a long block of text, the way to read quickly is not by reading like horizontally, line by line, it's by reading diagonally from like upper left corner to the lower right corner. If you read kind of like in that direction, your brain should be able to process information a little bit faster. I mean, it takes practice though, because like a lot of people can't really do that. But you know, like how when you're reading sentences, there's a lot of words in the middle that you don't really need to like read like one by one to actually get the information that you need. So like if you learn how to like speed read, it'll like help you process stuff faster and you can kind of like skip all the fluff and all that. But I think that's just because I spent way too much of my childhood studying. Man. I simultaneously like miss those days and don't miss those days. I studied way too hard for things. I kind of sacrificed too much of my social life, but at least I got good scores in the end. So, yeah. Oh, Intelligentsia Guild. What is this? You're in the zone now, handling the work before you would practice these. Celeron Symposium, visit from the Astral Express, Curio approval, self-observation. What is that supposed to be?
ところで兄ちゃん、釣りに興味はねえか？
Does Lancer really like fishing? Is this a thing that he actually does? Because Archer mentioned that earlier, and I really can't think of like Lancer as the type to go fishing, honestly. It feels like way too chaotic for that kind of vibe. Also, I didn't notice, like, he actually has his name written here on this, like, patch right there. Reading good, me a 30th volume for 0 out of 4. Oh my god, there's so many volumes of that series. Wow. That's a lot though. Hey, but that's good. Reading is definitely good. I read a lot every day. I think I've pretty much been reading like every single day since I was like a teenager. So which is like more than half my life for sure.
So yeah, 請求列車がまた来るらしいぜ。
This is one of those reasons why I realize there's like a lot of words that I know, but like I've never actually heard being used in real life because I just learned it through reading.
俺は請求列車の誘いを断った。
Okay, this whole mini storyline is also dragging out really long for some reason. I think between this and the silent movie arc was probably better than this, honestly. At least you get to see like other characters, but here it's just like us dealing with like a lot of NPCs and Lancer occasionally. I don't even remember what our conversation with Archer was about, and I literally just did that a while ago. Oh my god. This story. Wait, huh? How do I get there? Oh, here. Lancer lore is also very fascinating. I just know he dies very, very frequently. Which kind of sucks for him and Boot Hill, though. I mean, thankfully, he wasn't partnered up with Adventurine. I would have been really sad if Adventurine lost his servants so easily.
久しぶりね。最近の調子はどう？
Boring as fuck. Great, couldn't be better. Not so well. It's been really, really bad. Yeah, it's just really bad all around.
何か困ってることがあるなら。
No, take us with you.
私たちはあんたと別れてから。
Yeah, Sanjo, Luofu, Penacony. How's Danheng doing?
炭鉱はいろいろあった。
Yeah, this is like the bad ending story. Can you imagine Danheng wanting to go back to the Luofu where he was exiled from? Mr. Yang going back to Earth where it was like depressing as well. I don't even know what even happened to Void Archives afterwards.
念願の故郷への。
And how's Pom Pom? Oh, Pom Pom. An unsettling sensation flickers through your mind. You never boarded the express, so who is this Pom Pom you speak of?
どこで車掌の名前を聞いたのかしら。
He's a warrior to bone in Irish myth. He even killed his own son. There was a special forces created by king called Clan Calatin just to kill him due to how strong he was. Oh. Huh. Why did he even bother killing his son though?
立て続けに乗客が減ってしまったからたまに考えるの。もしあの時あんたが一緒に来てくれてたら何か変わっていたのかしらって。
I mean, you can still take us with you now.
開拓のたびに後悔とかもしもなんて存在し美月ちゃんはなんて
Yeah, she's still apparently trapped in the ice, so I guess some things never really change.
七死人の生活は楽じゃないからここを離れた後最近スターピースカンパニーの人がキャメロットに行ったらどうかって勧めてくれたの。あそこ今回はそのついでに宇宙ステーションに立ち寄って
Is that really how you feel? If joining the Astral Express doesn't change your life for the better, what then? I mean, it's probably better than here, though. What if what awaits you isn't a grand adventure, but endless cleaning, constant repairs, wounds that never heal, and death steeped in despair? What will you do then? What if you can't help anyone? What if you become a dead weight on the express? What if a nameless gives up their life to save you, yet everyone silently wishes you'd just leave? What will you do? Think about it. What answer should you give? Okay, this is depressing as fuck. Why are we doing all of this? Oh my god. I'm pretty sure the Trailblazer wasn't meant to be thinking this hard about all of these.
ええそれで構わないわどちらを選んでも
疲れたな。とりあえず戻るか。請求列車は
A peaceful dream, stirred by birdsong beyond the window. However, can Robin really sing in the vacuum of space?
の罪で投獄されたある鳥の話をしましょう牢獄の中で鳥は多くの嘆きの声を聞きました最終的に鳥は一つの懐中時計とそうして自由を得た鳥は新たな人生を始められると思っていました舞台の上や銀幕の中で美しい羽と歌しかしそれは間違いでしたピノコニーは瞬く間に変わり果て鳥の歌も出演した映画も映画会社は鳥をただ美しいだけのシンボルにしようすると彼らは鳥の芸名を奪い新しいひな鳥に代わりを務めさせ
Wow. Well, this seems like a very typical story, though, so it's kind of like a normal ending for a lot of people. You know, like when a celebrity doesn't want to follow what their manager does, so the manager just replaces them with like someone younger and more gullible.
いいえその逆ですこの世界に戻ってきた時だからこそ今は奪われた名前を取り戻して自分の全て囚われ奪われた経験があるのなら聖杯戦争を終わらせようとしているマスターオーディさんはあなたの願いを叶えられるかもしれないけれどきっとそれに見合った代価を
Yeah, OT is suspicious as fuck. Do not trust that guy.
それはオーディはピノコニーを貪る害虫ですから当然信用はしていませんですが彼の目的はあくまで聖杯から得られる利益だけ崩御を解除してほしいなら令樹で命じてくださいあの人たちが契約と法律を盾に私の名前と未来を奪ったそんなことしないわあなただって分かっているでしょ
You should definitely learn from adventuring first before making wagers.
あなたに英雄の
Oh my god, we're sleeping just there. Look at that. We're not even sleeping peacefully. Who holds their arm like that while sleeping? You know how stiff you're gonna be later on? That seems exhausting. Wait, do we get to see Adventuring? Please, please, please. I want to see him.
夢を見た気がするけど細かいところが
Oh my god, they're still doing more work. Why?
が重いでも仕事があるから起きないと
FGO, every character almost is derived from actual myths, so it's very interesting to read their stories. That's definitely one good way to learn history. It's kind of like how when you're trying to learn stuff about like famous writers and authors from Bungo Stray Dogs, that's kind of hilarious because a lot of actual students are getting irritated about how they can't do any research properly anymore because if they try searching up a name, the only thing that's gonna come out is the Bungo Stray Dogs version of them instead of like the actual author. You still remember what you need to do now? Okay, compiling project proposals from all levels of researchers? By now it's second nature, something you could do with your eyes closed. Okay, we're still doing this menial job? That's depressing as hell. Still thinking about the Astral Express? Been wrestling with that choice for ages and still haven't made up your mind. They'll be departing soon. You wish them a journey full of wondrous encounters. I want to leave. If you board the Express, what waits for you may be nothing but danger and the terrifying unknown. Your deeds will be forgotten in time, and your journey will eventually come to an end. Let me go! Let me go! So you're glad you stayed. No ticket, no bats, no danger, just a quiet, peaceful and undisturbed life. The work you had piled up took far too much of your time. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 10 days. Maybe you'll never catch up to the Astral Express again. Again? We're sleeping again? Oh, and Archer's here again. Oh, these guys are here.
おや、正確なお兄ちゃんじゃないか。カクテルでもご馳走しようかと思って。
So who exactly won this war? I think it's supposed to be, because like I mean in the cutscene like Saber's the one holding the giant trophy, so I'm assuming like we won. I feel like my current life is a lie. I was once a trailblazer on the Express. Wait, we're not underage. Haven't we already canonically drank stuff? Okay, I'm not sure anymore at this point. No way we're still considered underage. Lancer's voice sounds different, like
つまり君は請求列車に乗りたいのか？君のようなスタッフは毎年何人かいるが、いざその時になると例外なく尻込みしてしまう。彼らは重苦しい生活から逃げたいだけで命を危険にさらすよ。それで今のままでいい。どうせもっとふさわしい人がいる。自分なんて取るに足らない凡人だ。この世に後悔を知らない人間などいない。
Why speak of regrets when everyone who has ever lived has regretted
だか
something?
らといって
Had everyone turned back because of their fear of regrets, humanity would never have produced any heroes.
行く先の見えない旅路でも願いを抱いて踏み出した者たちがいる。それは愚かなことかもしれないが、その愚かさこそが七死人や開拓者。
Why does it feel like Archer's the only who's like not trapped by the phantasm?
ただの質の悪い工芸品だ。誰かの甘い願いが偶然それを記録として。列車はもう出発したかもしれないし、まだ出発していないかもしれない。だがもし君が本気でその道を進もうと思っているの、本当に自分が七死人だと思うなら、やるべきことは一つだ。
もう行く。
Okay, let's go to the Astral Express. Oh my god, for a second there I thought I was adventuring.
今から行っても無駄だ。
Oh, fuck you guys. I'm not going to listen to you.
食堂に行こう。釣りに行こう。映画を見に行こう。宇宙ステーションの生活の何が不満なんだ？ここでの生活を羨む人がどれだけいるか分かっているのか？ここには反物質レギオンも北条の意味物もいない。宇宙で一番安全な場所だ。
何かが俺をここにとどまらせようとしてる。この人たちを避けながら進まないと。
これ以上進まない方がいい。七死人の未来には虚無と絶望しかないのだから。自分が特別だとでも思ってるのか？ あなたよりも優秀なナナシ人たち、ティエルナンもケルベックもみんなくれ。
Oh, you
やっと
finally
認めてくれた
admitted.
俺が七死人だってことを。
The voices that once spoke to you fell silent in an instant. They never spoke again. Aha! We won this mind game. Oh, there we go. I think that should be the last stop. Is that our baseball bat? Yay! We got our baseball bat back. Plain, unimpressive, yet strangely familiar. You once believed you'd never hold it again in this lifetime.
それを抜いたが最後。あなたたちを待つのは不幸な結末だけだというのに。
Everything is tragic. Doesn't really make a difference. You might as well be like happy along the
同じように
way.
警告されたことがあります。
だから私はあなたたちのために優しくて穏やかな夢を紡いで差し上げたのです。これこそが
確かに私よりも先手の剣を抜くにふさわしい者がいたかもしれない。ですが私はカリバーンを抜いたあの少女を責めることはできません。たとえ身の程知らずであったとしても彼女はただ白く
Oh my god, I haven't seen guys in so long. Galactic Space Water Guns, SSR Bat.
選択の機会があるとしたら
Yeah, I hope you can do better this time.
過去の自分をマスター、平和な無境で十分に休めましたね。さあ、私と共にここから離れましょう。
This third portion ended up like longer than I expected as well. I thought we were like close to the end, but like turns out there's still quite a lot left to do. Grab the bat.
後悔なんか絶対しない。
Another short cutscene. That was so short.
無謀な勇気を持てるのですか。後悔という感情を知らないとでも言うのですか。
買いだ。
始終マスター、
俺を信じろ。不可能はない。
前
茨を越えて供養され。
必ずや勝利。この明かりは星エクスハイバー。
Gotta start this event too soon, or gotta rush it in. Oh, wait, you haven't started the event yet?
私は
Oh, that's surprising. I didn't expect that you'd actually watch this with me. I thought you were going to like do it by yourself first. Oh my god, what happened to you guys? What the fuck?
この明かりは星の木。
Adventurine! Oh, thank god, you got alive! You're back to life.
はたまた手に入れるか。
俺を信じろ。不可能はない。
聖剣解放。
Okay, that was pretty easy, honestly.
いた頃と同じようにまた失敗してしまいました。
Yeah, traitor. How could you?
そんなに苦痛だったならどうして牢獄を出た後もピノ私が
I still can't believe that like Robin's servant ended up being like the major villain of this story.
笑顔を見せ
It feels so lackluster, I think, especially because her design is so mediocre. It's just like a kindness model again, with like a different outfit.
ても 自由を感じることができたの。
I just listen subtitles so awful I can't read it. Oh yeah, fair enough. Honestly, for a while I actually debated if I should just like make the game full screen instead. But then I thought about it, it's like I don't really like how it looks. I mean, because I scrolled through a lot of like other people's streams and like basically everyone's streams look exactly the same way because like they always just have their model in the lower right corner and like a full screen, which I think, I mean, it does have its uses, like it works well in like a mobile format, but like when you're looking at it like as a whole, like there's no really like defining features between them. So like unless you're some really already like big time famous streamer, like you
か
don't
つて
really
の
have
姿は
like
失われ、
a differentiating factor between you and other
見
people.
知らぬ場所に
So like in my case, I didn't really like the feeling. Although in my case, I mean, there's definitely room for
新しい
improvement
檻に閉じ込められ
in
てい
my
ます。
overlay, but I'm okay with it as it is anyways. I mean, at the end of the day, like pretty much everyone who watches me is also going to be playing this story on their
全てを
own.
終わらせてください。
So it should be
マ
fine.
スクを裏切った
It's mostly here for like the commentary anyways, or like chatting with
アスナ、ピノコニーを代表してあなたの名を返還するわ。たとえ名前を商標登録され全てを奪われたのだとしても、あなたは価値のない敗者なんかじゃない。アイリスの母よ、顔を上げて、重ねて霊樹をもって命ずる。あなたの英霊としての
oh my
私を
god, Robin.
返還する。その死をきっかけに歌手やタレントたちは商人から自由に
Iris family?
そうと思う。
What? Yo, why did she think she was no one though? She's like actual
した偉大な
she's a big time person after all.
名もなき影なんかじゃないわ。だからこそその名を借りたのでしょ。弟子であるメイフンと友人の時計屋が作り上げたキャラクター、ドリームタウンで自由に歌うノーツガールの名をこれ以上は重ねて霊樹をもって命ずる。舞台に立つ後輩としてあなたに人としての自由を返還するわ。
Wow.
アイリスの母、今日からあなたは誰からの支配も受けることなく自分のためだけに踊ることができる。このお芝居はもうすぐ幕を閉じるけれど、その前にどうか大劇場を出てその目で今のタレントたちを見てきてちょうだい。
Meanwhile, the master and their servants, freed from the dreamscape, stepped into. We don't have time to read it.
感じます。儀式はすでに完成に近づいているようですね。
Okay, wait. There was an arc in FGO where Saber's master and Emmy has shown a servant when they're on opposite sides, they still join hands. Oh, that's good. I skipped so many streams because of main story of Amphoris, and you stream story almost to join the events. Yeah, I think it's like streaming other games sometimes can be like hit or miss, especially if like no one really plays those games as well, so it's mostly like for my own satisfaction. But there's like certain limitations, I guess, if you're streaming games all the time. That means like you have to follow the pacing, otherwise you're gonna end up having like incomplete streams, and like if people are just like following along from there, it's not really going to make sense. That's kind of how I felt when I was like playing Atelier Ryza, because I was playing the game on stream as well as off stream, and like the off stream I was like doing actual parts of the story. So when I thought about it, it's like if I'm streaming Atelier Ryza, most of it doesn't make sense for people who are like coming off the previous streams, because it's like it kind of skipped so many things.
残る2機はライダーとバーサ
So I don't know, I lost a little bit of motivation in like streaming Atelier Ryza. I feel like it's kind of like the game that probably suits like
両者が同時に襲
being
ってく
played
る
on your own free time instead, especially because like there's too much grinding involved.
相手に聖杯を制
Let a king command open a dialogue. Logs? Wait, this one? Last two servants are the Rider and Berserker, actually. Who are those anyways? I'll once again select too easy in the next survey. Yeah.
マスター、この剣にかけて。
ブートヒルたちも出てこれたみたいだし。
Oh, he didn't even get to see the stories of everyone else. Damn it. Like, why did you skip Adventurine and Boot Hill? They're like such interesting characters with so much lore. Why would you do that?
もう一つの人生か。まったく夢の泡って本当に健康に悪いね。調和セレモニーで命を半分持ってかれたっていうのに、あのサーバントの幻で残りの半分まで奪われるところだった。
Adventurine has way too much trauma. In Penacony of all places.
何をかけても永遠に勝てない夢。さすがの僕もそこでは。
Oh shit. Bro. Bro, what kind of dream is this? That sounds like a really shitty dream for Adventurine.
Baby. 脱ギャンブルってか？そいつはまた。
Yo, how did Trailblazer have like a dream where he was supposed to have like an easier life and Adventurine ended up one with like a really shitty life?
俺か？俺はただ久しぶりの再会を果たしただけさ。
The one you missed, it didn't show in the logs. Oh, probably. Yeah, what are the chances that Bootle actually saw like his adoptive daughter in the dream? Adventurine, it's so sad that your story sucked. Miss Note, why did you do that to him? Chat with the servants. Oh, Lancer is still alive. Congrats to you. Didn't use those long legs in yours well enough. Aren't they the same height though, or like close to it?
くそ、頭が痛え。まるで長くて気の抜けない冒険をした後だぜ。よく思い出せねえが、魚の頭をした敵。
All had fish heads? What kind of dream does Lancer have? Is he that obsessed with fishing? I feel like this is how many times that he's already been referenced to like fishing. How is that? Life goes against all rules in the cosmos. Yeah, we'll see. With enemies on the way, the two servants were more than ready to fight. Okay, time to settle the score with old OT. I still don't know who Ryder and Berserker are though. We already dealt with like Grady. And then we already dealt with Miss Note.
Ho ho ho. どうやらアスナさんもしくじったようですな。実に惜しい。あと一歩でサーバントのまあ仕方ありませんな。どれだけ優秀なパートナーがいても。
ボが聖杯戦争なんざ引き起こして一体何を企んでやがる。
Yeah, what's happening with this Holy Grail war?
そのシワだらけの顔から考えると、ああ、あれか？不老不死でも狙ってんのか？
まさか。
I'll live for 10 amber eras already. As long as I give the word, my medical team can squeeze a few more years out of these old bones. What the fuck? Oh my god, old OT's just weird as hell.
ライバルを消そうとしたのか？
Really? Let's he expect old OT's like lifelong wishes to like beat Adventurine of all people?
とんでもない。
That's such a shallow
それ
reason.
はそうだけど、やっぱり僕はオーディさんの真の狙いが気になっちゃうな。
私の知る魔術師たちの中には、万物の根源に至るためなら、命も人間性も平然と。
Berserker is pom pom when you don't clean our room. Riders Himiko driving. What? What? Oh my god, I forgot about Pom Pom. Yeah, I forgot about him. Himiko though, I didn't know that she was actually involved in this whole thing as well. What's your real reason then? Could it possibly? Yeah, obviously it's not for money's reason. There's no way someone like him would like be doing all of this for money.
調和セレモニーがあっけなく幕を閉じてしまったことで願いを叶えられる聖杯。これは金の卵を産むガチョウに他なり。もちろん 今回の第1回聖杯戦争に。
Why don't you just ask the Holy Grail for cash? Yeah, what a crude wish, though. So shitty. Enjoy. No! Wait, but Pom Pom really is. Pom Pom really is one of the masters, isn't he? Because I did remember seeing his face in the TV screens that first time.
ルーサン兵が敵が手のひらの上で踊らされ、最後には全てを奪われる光景を見るの。黄金の時では私の顔色一つ。
Yeah, old OT honestly sounds drastically worse than the IPC. So like,
私のために
fuck
ピ
you,
ノ
old
コニー
OT.
のファッション
The hell with your stupid ass dream.
ピノコニーがそのような虚しいものの上になり
Yumiko would be cool imagining her noble phantasm smashing whole star up to people like we did to Sunday. Oh my god. Yeah, that would be hilarious.
聖杯戦争の勝者は一人だ。残念ながら君のこれまでの行いは全ての、そして今私たちは君の目の前に立っている。これが何を意味するかわかるだろう。俺は数時間前の続きがしてえな。
I'm sick and tired of fish heads. The head of this old desperate fogey with broken dreams is what I'd call a real trophy.
見せ物として上等だろ。
悪巧みしか頭にない老怪を見せ物に楽しもうとは。
Saber, that's not what he meant. That's not what he meant.
皆さん、まるで私がというわけで、ここで一つ提案です。どなたでも構いません。
What is even the point of doing collaboration? It's like they don't even need to do that. They could just like smack him anyways.
全員希望されるのであれば、契約を結んでも構いませんよ。
No peaceful resolutions, please. This far into the show? Are you trying to make me laugh? Honestly, you dumbass.
君の願いを汚すことで成り立つ聖杯なんざ壊した方がいいに決まっ。
いや違わねえな。
We need to whip the spell as high and then smash it to pieces.
珍しく同感だ。その案は気に入った。どうする？
It's nice to play as the hero of justice now and then, isn't it?
するのもいいんじゃないか？
Mr. Aventurine.
悪役はもうやったからね。今回はオーディさんに譲るとしよう。
Yeah, scapegoat once today. Oh yeah, that time when he was pretending to be like a traitor.
マスター、申し訳ありません。
Yeah, we don't really need the Holy Grail anyways. We made this choice together.
ノーツガールが見せてくれた夢のおかげ。
What truly matters is not the ending, but the journey we've taken to chase something and to deliver it from
大
destruction.
切なのは結果。
Yeah, it's the journey that matters, not the end result.
私に聖杯は必要ありません。果たせなかった願いも。今
But hasn't she already gone through so many like Holy Grail wars anyways? Like I feel like if she wanted her wish granted, she would have done it like ages ago anyways. You wouldn't have needed to wait until now.
どうしても私と聖杯戦争に参加するマスターは歴史上の偉人
He still hasn't summoned anyone?
資金援助をしていた落ちぶれた映画監督それとも名前をそう思い悩んでいたと
Why not? What do you mean summon myself? What the fuck?
ならば自分そうし
Oh my god, this dude is like the ultimate narcissist. What the hell?
行いましたピノコニーの歴史
Can you even do that? Like, how would the command spells even work?
はいなかなか傷つ
To
く
them, I'm nothing but a parasite sucking out the sap of Penacony's okra. Congrats on like,
狂ったように気を
congrats on finally learning some self-awareness, though.
つけなかったのです
He literally became a swarm. Oh my god, he just reused the assets again. They didn't even invent a new enemy. It's literally the same thing.
それができればの話ですが
つまりここで僕たちを待っていたのは最初からオーディさんのサーバントだったってことか。
そう焦らなくても大丈夫だ。
Okay, this one, let's just make sure this goes first.
あなたを守り導こう。いける。ゲージを持って命ずる。あらゆる邪悪を打ち滅ぼせ。セイバー。
Destroy all that is evil. That's such a vague wording style, but okay.
サーバントを表に立たせて自分はどっかに隠れてやがんのか。抜け目のねえやつだぜ。
We're gonna smack this bitch.
このままでは際限なく湧いてくる虫に飲み込まれてしまいます。
Nah, we'll be fine. We fought so many of these things already.
一騎当選は
Adventuring can do so much work by himself too.
供養され。
前。必ずや勝利を。ストライクエア。この明かりは星の希望。エクスカリバー。
あいつをぶっ倒せ。セイバー。
I don't think Saiba's participated in many wars. There are a lot, but also a lot of candidates were servants. Getting someone was very rare unless you were counter guardian like Emiya. They are for overworking. Yeah, that's apparently one reason why he's like so stressed because of that. So that's kind of hilarious when you think about it.
この明かりは星の希望。エクスカリバー。やっと。
ゲージを持って命ずる。防具を解放し聖杯を破壊せよ。
お任せを。エクスカリバー。
Dream job, really?
すべてが終わりましたね。
厄介事ばっかでこの大劇場もついてねえな。ハウンドやドリームメーカーの連中が気の毒になってきて。
心配しなくてもこの古い建物は何百って保険に入ってるから大丈夫だよ。オーディさんはお金に関する問題で自分が損をするようなヘマは絶対にしないから。
はあの野郎、勝手に聖杯戦争に巻き込んでおいて自分は高みの見物かよ。お前らあいつを引きずり出して文句の一つや二つ言ってやりてえとは思わねえのか。
We can pay for emotional damage.
残念だけど今回の事件で負傷したマスターは一人もいない。彼に責任を問おうとしてもいつもの手口、一流の弁護士チームと莫大な賠償金でごまかされて終わりだろうね。それにきっと彼は聖杯戦争でそのコストをはるかに上回る利益を手に入れてるから賠償とか言われても痛くも痒くもないんじゃないかな。でもまあ今回の茶番は交渉の場でいいチップになりそうだ。うまくいけばジェイドもピノコニーに対してもっと大きな突破口を開けるだろう。
The Scott rights. What? The IPC is still the final winner of it all. The servants have no rights.
残念ながら私たちは人間の法律には守られていない。
Poor Archer.
腐った金の匂いしかしねえピノコニーのルールなんざ知ったこっちゃねえ。ランサー、あのラブリーな年寄りをぶっ潰しに行こうぜ。
He wanted to be Seigi no Mikata, hero of justice, so they made him one by including some serious overtime. Damn.
俺たちも元の場所に戻らなきゃなんねえ。
What do you mean, who are you again? I felt too rude to say it, like, never mind.
残念だぜブラザー。また会えたらそん時は銀河一のバーで。
IPC. Well, I just like adventuring and like maybe some. Actually, not really the Stone Hearts either. I just like adventuring. I don't really like anyone else in the IPC, anyways.
そいつはいい。なら別れの言葉はよしとこう。せっかくの機会をお前らとは、今回も本気で戦わずに終わっちまったな。
そうでしょうか。
Distinctly remember beating you. So rude.
知っての通り、私はただの旧兵だ。君が望むなら、またこちらが負けたことにしてやっても構わん。
ここでお前らと言い争う気はねえよ。俺は消える前にもう一度ピノコニーの風景を拝んでくるとするぜ。
マスター、そろそろ別れの時だ。
Why does he keep? Everyone still keeps complaining about his fashion sense. It's fine. It's a little bit strange, but it's like it's fun. It does its job. It looks fluffy. I want to hug his collar, dude. I mean, I'm not really gonna take advice from someone who's wearing like a blood red, dramatic ass coat, also.
誇張した言葉と華やかな装飾の下には執着心のある子供が見える。
Oh, he's adventuring in the heart of gold. Hero of justice once in a while. Yeah, see? Throwing shade too. You also have such a dramatic outfit. You can't really say anything to adventuring. At least his colors are a little bit more muted. True, and his children can go like, give us more arc at IPC. I mean, I feel like they're definitely gonna be like partially on our side though. Because they are going to fight against the Lord Ravagers at one point. But who knows how everything will turn out. You were summoned as a heroic spirit. Oh, goodbye, Archer. Wow, he straight up just like faded away. A faint smile tugged at a man's cold face before he vanished from sight. Soon, only the final pair of master and servant remained. Adventure being the last one standing here in front of Saber. Anyways, say goodbye to Saber. I'm not great at farewells. Anything else you want to say to me, though?
夢の中で私はあなたの恐れを見ました。ですが、それを恥じることはありません。
The dread of loss or the regret of what you couldn't achieve.
英雄になる前は
Even Heracles was just a child before becoming a hero.
今はまだ力が足りないかもしれませんが、あなたはいつ
Who's Heracles, though?
Master.
Oh, she's not even gonna answer us? Oh. Damn it, she just disappeared. Hey, a lot of the scenes in the trailer didn't actually happen. Like that cutscene with Adventurine and his like amazing eyes where he looks like fractured mirrors. And then like him getting slashed by Saber also didn't seem to happen. Like this is the end, right? Or it's like, is there something after that? Fuck you, old OT. You can rot in hell with your stupid ass holy grail.
この奥室ブラックホールを見てください。10琥珀期前にここに座っていたピノ、正直に言いましょう。
Oh my god, Rekka's still here.
の願いはすでに叶っています。あなたたちが私のことをどう思っていようと、これもまた ある意味で旧友との再会と言えるのでは。
いや、実に感動的だった。あなたのことを知らなければ騙されるところだったぞ。
Yeah, old OT. To hell with you. At least Grady sees him for what he really is.
グレイディ。おっと、今はミスター・レックと呼ぶべきですか。
ああ。参加者のプライバシーに関わる部分はカットしたが、聖杯戦争の中で最も見応えのあるシーンはしっかりと残しておいた。
それなら結構。あなた方のような芸術家は、しかし
The Art of Beta Season 2, Device X. I can see Akron already.
努力を評価するのに、
かつての英霊が持つ記憶もまた私を満足させられる報酬。
Man, his eyes are so stunning, even from this distance. They're so bright.
一人の映画監督の記憶という点から見れば、その価値は確かに灰のように微々たるものだ。だが、一人もがき、絶望し、争う。
Oh, so good. Damn, when is he gonna be playable? My god, this would have been like the perfect patch to do it, honestly.
人々を報復させるピエロ。宝石のように様々な面を持ったこの記憶を見逃すわけにはいかないだろう。それよりも気がかりなのは君の方だ。これほどの大芝居を打っておいて、最後に体裁の悪い結末を迎えるかもしれないという心配。
私は商人ですから、この年になってまで恥だの体裁だの気にしているようでは話になりません。
なるほど。では今回の取引はこれにて終了だ。先に失礼する。
さてアスナさん、あなたの名前の商標権、そして全ての創作物の所有権を放棄するという。
満足も何もありません。むしろ今更拒否するというのなら、消える前にその短すぎて見えない首を締め上げ。
Violent urges. Go for it, girl. You can do it.
さようなら。ピノコニーで最も成功した商人。さっさと地獄に落ちろ。
I wish you're already dead. It's a lot more dramatic in Japanese. Basically, I wish you'd go to hell. Yeah. Glad everyone is in agreement on old OT. At the same time, aboard Express. From the heat of battle, a servant summoned under the rider class stays on the sidelines. I can't read it again. From the very beginning, it seems he had no intention of fighting. As a rider, he once built an unsinkable little ship named the Compass. As a rider, he was once a nameless who rode the stars aboard the Interstellar Express. Centuries have passed, and now as a heroic spirit, the young man finally returns to the place where he once worked tirelessly. An old friend awaits him here. Oh, they really brought back Misha.
持って帰ってくるのが好きでの。この前は祭天銃とかいう器物を持って帰ってきた。
But also, why is Pom Pom in his chef's outfit?
なん
Oh,
俺の点数はたったの1点だったんじゃ。
oh, I hope the pizza's working again. I think recently it was working, so it should be fine.
姫子のコーヒーには気をつけた方がいい。ここだけの話。あれは俺の城中で。
Oh, but it worked for other people though. I think recently someone else used it, and then I saw it work.
姫子に言う
Like a different viewer was using it. I think on my part though, I can't really test it out on my side.
グラハムの故郷のお茶よりひどいんですか？
The tea from Granholm's hometown.
100倍はひどいな。
逆に少し飲んでみたくなりました。
Oh, Misha.
あと、やつがいつもみつきちゃんとふざけておっての。
Even Danhug's like susceptible to the whole thing.
悪影響を受けておる。
Yeah. Sucks for you, Pom Pom. We are the ultimate bad influence.
心配でならん。
そうなんですね。
まったく、お前たち乗客はみんな一緒じゃな。
Oh no.
ミハイル、
The pizza and the pillows. Should I disable it though? I think the other redeem should work fine
社長
though.
さん、またお別れの時が。
Oh, Pom Pom!
そっか。
Oh no, this is so sad.
戻ってきてくれるか。
Oh. Wait, I'm not able to refund your points though. I think I tried last time because like I searched there was a function like you could like go back to all the redeems and try to redeem it. Try to refund it, but it didn't really work that way. I think it's because like the items are stored in a separate like extension or something, so it doesn't really work the same way. But yeah, so I guess for now it's like it's probably better if you guys like don't use that. There's like other redeems though, if you would prefer to use those instead.
はい、機会があれば。
Oh my god, 69,000 points. Thank you so much for all of your
たくさん
support.
列車に乗ったんですよね。本当によかった。七死人は列車に乗ってまた降りていく。ある七死人は帰るべき場所を見つけ、ある七死人はレールのように前へと進み続ける。
Oh, Pom Pom, everything will be okay.
聖杯戦争はもうすぐ終わります。さまよう魂も眠りにつく時間です。
ミハイル、覚えておいてくれ。列車から離れても、ここは永遠に七死人の家じゃ。俺はずっとここにおる。いつでもお前らを歓迎するぞ。
I like they have Misha's rider and have Pom Pom as closure. Yeah, I know, right? This is the kind of scene I didn't actually expect. Like, this is the thing that they should have put in Penacony. Like, the original Penacony storyline, like, a year ago. So I'm kind of glad at least there was some closure for Pom Pom this time around.
では、
Just imagine when it's like Penacony. Like, I don't think Pom Pom even really got to see Misha that time, so...
僕のため、ラザリナのため、ティエルナンのために汽笛を鳴らしてください。聞こえたら必ず会いに行きますから。
約束だ。Oh, 約束だ。Gather your thoughts to the present. If there really is a chance to fulfill a wish, what would yours be? Make a silent wish.
願い事は口に出したら叶わないって言うしな。
あなたらしいわね。
But yeah, I kind of believe that too a little bit.
オーディさんが盛大に開いた第1回。
Only one Holy Grail war. I guess that means next year we're not gonna have the same thing anymore.
ミスター
Come to think of it.
ドクター・エドワードの協力で制作された夢の泡の映画はイプシロンで大ヒットしただけでなく宇宙で再び夢追いブームを巻き起こした。
Yeah, come to think of it, if like this whole Fate collab thing is gonna be running for several patches, are they going to be like doing other events, or is this like a one-time thing and like that's it? It'll be kind of sad though if that was the case. That old fox didn't lose a thing. He's far too shrewd. What about my appearance fee?
クランの当主とピノコニーの株主を巻き込んだことについてはアベンチュリンさんが予想した通り
Yeah, fuck old OT.
名目任された巨額の賠償金や訴訟は避けられないでしょうけど私オーディさんは聖杯が起動そうそうもともとあなたには個別にその代わりに聖杯
Oh my god. Oh, he gave us the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail that doesn't work anymore instead of actually paying us money. So this is his apology? Old Fox always managing to get the most out of everything. It seems like a mediocre reward after all our trouble.
何か入っているわ。
皆さん忙しそうなの。
Oh, Sampo!
先に帰りますね。
Well, come to think of it, yeah, we saw Sampo at the beginning of the story with Hook, and then Hook just disappeared.
自由気ままな旅に出る資金が手に入りました。ところで、この散歩なら聖杯に何を願うのか。あなたは
I'm indeed curious. What do you have to
そうだ
say?
と思っていました。やっぱりお兄さんはこの散歩のことが気になるんですね。皆さん、今回の番組はこれで終わりですが。
I wish for everyone in the world to be happy, joyful, free, and have their every desire fulfilled.
自分の望みを叶えられることを
Wow.
願いましょう。
This is the kind of thing that's never actually gonna happen. Oh my god, no! Oh, I forgot! I didn't notice, like, the YouTube studio just cut out. Oh my god. Poor adventuring. Sorry, it's just gonna be stuck for a bit. But we are ending the stream soon because, like, I think this whole story is finished, so... Yeah. Kind of like bad timing for adventuring's case, but... Really? This is what they give us? I don't really want this, though. That's not really the kind of thing I was hoping for. But anyways, okay, we'll just leave that for next time if we ever do like the actual game event for this part. So yeah, the event is finally over. Oh my god, and Aventurine kind of like stopped working in the middle. That's why he's not moving anymore, which is kind of annoying, but it happens, and I don't really think there's any point to like restarting his model anymore at this point since we are ending the stream. But hooray! Wow, I can't believe it took 2 hours to finish this third part. So basically, on average, it took us like more than 5-6 hours, maybe like 5 hours ish to finish everything. So that's pretty long, but I guess they definitely could have done better with the pacing though. Anyways, okay, I don't really want to think too much about the story. I'm just like happy that Adventuring showed up and like it's fine. I'm just going to rewatch the trailer a bunch of times to see all the dramatic moments there because like that scene with his eyes like fracturing in the mirror, that's still so good, and I'm salty that never actually happened. And like in the end, Adventuring didn't actually betray us. I thought he would because like you see a scene, right, with like him in his boss version flying over the Holy Grail, and like that did not happen. So they kind of just scammed us. Or did they? Wait, no, they did. Yeah, they did, didn't they? Because like there's no scene where you actually see like Saber holding the Holy Grail. Or maybe that's like after the event? I don't know. Okay, we'll find out probably in the next stream. Anyways, thank you again to everyone who joined today's stream. I hope you had a great time finishing at least the major part of the story. Yeah, you know, thanks for sticking around. If you enjoyed my stream, hope you could consider giving me a follow, or you could also like check out my other socials, like our Discord group, so you can like get announcements for like the next stream. But yeah, okay, that's it for today. Have a great rest of the day, everyone, and goodbye for now. We'll see you in the next stream, which is probably hopefully during the weekend, but if not the weekend, then probably like next Tuesday. Same time, 10 p.m. UTC plus 8. So, see you then. Bye, everyone. Oh my god.